Good evening. Tonight we're going to start with Lesson 7 in our Module 3. Use place value discs to represent two-digit by one-digit multiplication. So basically it looks something like this. 25 times 2. And we're going to be doing that using place value discs to really get that number sense of what's happening. So today we're going to start with 3 times 24, and we're going to use our place value chart. And we're going to model this using place value discs with the 1s and the 10s. So let's model this by first starting with 24. So how many 1s do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many 10s do we have? We have 2 10s. 1, 2. But we're multiplying this by 3. So that means we need to make 3 rows of it. 1, and then we have another row of 1s, and our last row of 10s, and our last row of 1s. So let's actually write that over here on the side. 24 times 3. So, in the 1s, we have 12 1s. And how did we get 12 1s? Well, we had 3 rows of 4 1s. That's how we got 12. And then over in the 10s column, we have 6 10s. What is 6 10s? Well, that's a 60. And how we got that is because we had 3 rows multiplying that by 20. That's how we got 60. So we're going to have to do some adding and regrouping here. So let's go in the 1s, and every time that we've got 10 place value discs, we can cash them in for another dot. So, when we cashed in that 10, we no longer have these 10 1s anymore. So we're left with just these 2, which becomes 2 1s. And because we cashed that over, we did remain with our 6 10s, but we added another 10. So now we have 7 10s. So let's look to see what it looks like that over here. 2 plus 0 1s gives us 2. And 1 10 plus 6 10s gives us 7. So 72. Okay, boys and girls, over here on the right-hand side, this is called the partial product method. Okay? Because each one of these numbers here is a partial product to this. All right, this is not the standard algorithm way that we will be learning. That's our ultimate goal. This is one way of finding out our product, is finding the 2 partial products to get to our main product. Because remember, in multiplication, 24 is a factor and 3 is a factor. And both factors, when they are multiplied together, give us a product. All right, boys and girls, if we continue with this partial product method, let's write on the right-hand side, 34 times 4. And we're going to want to model that using our place value chart. So, our place value chart, we are going to have, if we model 34, we have 4 1s. And how many 10s we have? We have 3 10s. Well, because it says multiply by 4, that means we need 4 groups of this. So, here we go. Here's a group. Here's a group. And our last group. Well, because we did 4 groups of 4, we started off with 4, but now we multiplied it by 4. and we got 16 ones. So over here in our partial product, we're going to put 16 ones, because how we got that, we did 4, because we had 4 ones, but we got 4 groups of ones. So that becomes 16 right here. 4 times 4 is 16. Now in the tens place, we had 30. We had 3 tens. But because we were multiplying by 4, we have 4 groups of these 3 tens. And 4 times 30 is 120. And how did we get 120? Well, we did 4 groups of 30, which is basically right here. This place right here is 3, which is 30 times 4. So now we can actually start to kind of group up our ones and our tens, and we're going to want to do this by adding. And let's first do it in our place value chart. Well, let's get to those tens and bundle up a 10, and we're going to cash that in and bundle that 10 and give this one a 110. And since we are bundling up tens, we can do that again by bundling up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bundling up this 10 and bringing that bundle over to 1 in the hundreds. So we cashed this 10 ones in for this 100. We cashed in 10 tens for this 100. So now we are left in the ones. We are left with 6 ones. We are left with 3 tens, and we are left with 100. So let's go back to our partial product method on the right-hand side. We have 6 ones plus 0 ones, that would give us 6 ones. We have 1 10 plus 2 tens, that would give us 3 tens. And we have 100 left, 136. So now we have a match. Again, this is called the partial product method. And this is one way to multiply. And it connects wonderfully with our place value chart. All right, in our next example, we're going to write on the side 42 times 5. And we're going to model, using the place value chart, we are going to model 42. So how many 2's do we have? We have 2. How many 10's do we have? We have 4 10's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it says that we're multiplying by 5, so we're going to get 5 groups of these 2 ones. So we're going to get 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. And in the tens, we're going to get 5 groups of 4 tens. So that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. So now in our ones, we have 10 ones. We have 10 ones, and how we got 10 is that we have 5 groups of 2, which means 5 times 2. This is what we did right here. And then we're adding this with our tens. We started with 4 tens. We had 5 groups of those 4 tens, which gives us 200. So how we got that was 5 times 40. Okay, because 4 tens equals 40, and we have 5 groups of it. And that's what we're doing here. That's 4's in the tens place, so 40 times 5 is 20. And if we add these up, 0 plus 0 ones is 0. 1 10 plus 0 tens is 1 10. And 0 hundredths plus 2 hundredths is 200. So we have 210. So how does that look in our place value chart? Well, anytime we get a bundle of tens, we can cash that in. So this whole thing is 10. So we can bring that over and bundle that, and that will give us 110. So now we have no more ones. And then over here, here's a group, and here's a group. And we can bring those over. And now we have 2 in the hundredths place, but we're left with 110. So we no longer have these anymore, these two groups of these tens. And now what does it look like now in our place value chart? We have 2 hundredths, we have 110, and we have 0 ones. And look, there's a match. All right, guys, now you give it a try. 4 times 27. Use the place value chart to help you, and try to do the partial product method. 7 times 31. Use the place value chart to help you, and also try out the partial product method. Excellent job tonight. You figured out partial products are very much connected to the place value chart, and hope you use both strategies to help you multiply a 2-digit by a 1-digit. Have a wonderful night.